So guys, you might be wondering why this session we have planned. In the first session, what we had, few people came with the feedback saying that, sir, we want to know more use cases, correct? We want to know what kind of a job roles will we get after completing this business analytics course. And some of them ask what type of analytics things we'll learn under business analytics and what is basically difference between business intelligence and business analytics. So don't worry, all these three things will be covered in today's topic. So without wasting anybody's time, let's get started with the course. So guys, what is the objective for today's session? So we'll be covering why business analytics is required, what are the types of analytics, and what is the value addition do they add to the organization. We'll also learn what is a pyramid of analytics, what type of problem statements do you solve under the pyramid, where each organizations are falling into. I'll cover I'll cover close to 5 use cases today. What are the impact they will bring to the business, and I will give you industry-wide roles. If you complete this course, what kind of roles you will be eligible for, what type of problem statements you will be solving under each and of the role, apart from data analysis as a role, apart from data science as a role, apart from business analysis as a role. So I'll be covering entire universe of the roles you will be eligible post this course, and that's the agenda. So let's get started. So why business analytics, guys? Most of the companies, they used to make decisions based on their intuitions and experience, but they never leverage the facts. This was, I'm talking about prior to 2000 scenario. Post 2000 scenario, the statistics came into picture. People started leveraging the analytics power of data, and the data has become new oil. With that, people started collecting all sort of data, and they realized we can make better decisions with the help of data. So primary aim of the business analyst is to help the business in better decision making, as well as taking the correct decisions. What do I mean by that? So giving the reports, somebody has a question? Okay. So giving the reports is one form, but preparing the insights, what does those reports says? Giving the insights to the business and telling them what type of decisions the business shall take right now to give them the strategic advantage. Now, once company realize, oh, data is very good, we can take a lot of insights from this and take decisions, company started leveraging business analytics as a professional into 3 types. First, competitive strategy for many organizations. What do I mean by that? So you would see a lot of people are putting a lot of products on the discount. How do they come to know when people buy humongous, when the inventory is high and the demand is lesser, they come out with a discount? Nowadays, you guys receive a lot of SMS or a lot of promotions for your on your mobile phone. You receive a lot of SMS, correct? This offer is going on, that offer is going on. So what is this? This is basically the analytics going behind to recommend people to shop more, buy more, correct? And that is the competitive advantage companies are taking and leveraging the customer data to drive the top line and the bottom line of the business. When I say top line, it's sales, guys. And when I say bottom line, it's the margin that is most important for the business. Second, gain insights and add value. So how do I gain insights? Let's continue with the same example. If I target a set of customers in a campaign, now which customer has shopped, which customer did not, which customer has taken the offer, which customer has not taken the offer. If I create this kind of insights to the business can send right kind of SMS, right kind of a message to them. Second insight I can give, what has been, whether my campaign was successful or not, whether my campaign gave me the incremental revenue what I was looking forward for or not, whether the TG responded more than the CG or not. So these insights we try to give to the business. And these insights, once we give to the business, we also try to give 3 types of analytics we offer to the business. First, descriptive analytics. Second is predictive analytics. And the third is prescriptive analytics. Now you guys might be asking, sir, what is this? So guys, descriptive analytics is basically, giving the information based on the past, what has happened. So why that has happened, where that has happened, what has happened in the business. If these three we cover in the descriptive analytics. So descriptive analytics is nothing but reporting, giving the business intelligence, doing the ad hoc work for the business. If somebody asks, my sales are going down, tell me what are the reasons behind that. That is all come under descriptive analytics. Predictive, you want to predict what is going to happen in the future, correct? That is basically predictive analytics. What are the use cases do you think will cover? Predicting employee churn, who is going to leave my organization, who is going to attract in my customer base, whether my competitor is going to acquire my customer base or not. So predicting that is a predictive analytics. And last but not least, which is utmost important, is the prescriptive analytics. Under prescriptive is nothing but, you can imagine this is similar to doctor. We go to doctor, we tell him what has happened, why this happened. He basically asks you the questions, and then he gives you a prescription. And we trust that prescription and we buy those medicines and we see we are recovering from that. So same thing is done, guys. So the business analyst will recommend the business that if you change X parameter, that will result into Y change. If you do this, this will result into this change. The best example I could give you guys under prescriptive analytics is recommendation of the price. So what is the price I could put for this product that will lead to higher demand for my product? And if I did not meet my demand, how can I change the price of the product that will result into increase in demand? So these are the few examples of prescriptive analytics. Now you might be wondering, what kind of a value does this add, and where the capability of each and everybody in the system. So if you look at, there is an x-axis and y-axis, guys. The value addition to the organization, to the top line or the bottom line, is captured on the y-axis. And what type of capability as an analyst, if you have, how much value will you add, that is on the y-axis. So descriptive analytics, if you ask, if there are 100 companies, those who are leveraging the analytics, you would see 80% of the companies are still doing the descriptive analytics. Most of the companies are in this platter where they do a lot of as a part of business intelligence, but they lack business insights, and that is what you will learn in this applied analytics course. Second is the predictive analytics. This is little higher. You see a lot of job openings for data science, skill sets under the business analytics. So business analytics is the bigger umbrella, guys. Under business analytics, you would see data analytics as a portfolio, business intelligence as a portfolio, business insights as a portfolio. You would see data science as a portfolio. So when you look at business analyst is a bigger umbrella, and under that, these are the vertical, multiple jobs, multiple designations you would see. And last but not least is prescriptive. Predictive analytics is done by close to 15% of the companies, and prescriptive analytics is hardly done by 5% of the companies currently. So more prescriptive, more predictive you will do, you will be adding a lot of value to the business. Okay. Any questions so far, guys? Please raise your hand or unmute yourself and you can ask me the question. So far, so good? Okay. Let me go ahead then. Any questions, guys? Somebody has unmuted. Shashikant, you have question?
Hello, sir.
Yes, Shashikant, go ahead.
Actually, sir, could you tell me once more the difference between all three? Actually, I got distracted in middle.
No problem.
Descriptive, predictive, and
I'll do that. So descriptive analytics is nothing but answering what has happened in the business, why this has happened in the business, where it has happened in the business. So let's take an example. If somebody asks you, what is my sales? What has happened last year to this year? Correct. So all those reporting work, business intelligence work, Tableau dashboarding, Power BI dashboarding, what you do is descriptive analytics. And where you will see close to 70 to 80% of the companies lying there. Predictive analytics is basically predicting what will happen in the future. The use case you could think of: employee attrition, customer churn, you will predict the demand, what is going to be the sales. So this is all come under predictive. And prescriptive is nothing. And prescriptive is nothing but is prescribing what you need to do that will result into the humongous change in the business. Correct? Shashikanth, does that
Yeah,
answer your
sir.
question?
Yes, yes. Thank you, sir.
Perfect. No. Any other questions, guys? So you could imagine the prescriptive analytics generate the highest value for the business, and only 5% of the organization does that quality of work. Close to 15% of organization doing predictive analytics, which will cover the 50 to 80% of the value addition to the business, and descriptive analytics close to 30 to 50% of the value addition will come from the descriptive analytics. Okay. Now let's understand what is a pyramid. If I cover all these three, correct? So what happened in the business that I told you guys, you do that by the standard reports. Why this is happening? This basically you answers through statistical analysis. Like you do distribution, you do hypothesis testing, all that is part of statistical analysis. Because by giving the report, you don't want to you want to give the insights to the business apart from the report, saying that why this has happened, so that they can take corrective actions and get the competitive advantage. Then third, what if the trend continues? If the same pattern continues, what will happen in the future? So that's where you do the forecasting and the explorations. Predictive modeling, what will happen next? If I do this, what is going to happen? And last but not least, that is optimization and inference, which is my prescriptive analytics, is basically what will happen if I do this. So guys, this pyramid will tell you how much each analysis, each company is doing. How much weight does that add? Correct? So now covering all, most of the things, standard reports, statistical analysis, you guys will be learning over the course. But today, what are the use cases I'm going to cover will be more towards predictive analytics and the forecasting in these two layers, because that is what is the business value add to the business, and that makes a lot of difference because of analytics as a skill sets. So let's get started with the first use case. This use case, what I'm going to talk about, is applicable to all the industries. You talk about manufacturing, you talk about retail, you talk about e-commerce, you talk about telecom, you talk about healthcare, you talk about hospitality. Everybody wants to know what is the forecast of the demand for the product or service. Am I right? Thanks. So if I'm in your shoes, how will basically solve this problem statement? Correct? So we will go collect the data for the actual past sales. If actual past sales is there, we'll also go to do some kind of a market research in terms of what are the product customer has added to. And if that information is available, I can calculate the expected growth. And at least finally, I can predict the demand for my product. Now, as rightly said by Purushottam, what advantage does it gives the impact? First, it reduces the excess stock and avoid the shortages. The excess stock is basically to increase. If you pile a lot of stocks, then what will happen? You will reduce your working capital. What does that mean? For any stock you buy, you basically pay that money upfront to your vendors, and you get sufficient amount of time, credit period, to repay that to the vendor, correct? And if you don't sell your product, you might have to give that money to vendor from your pocket. That's right. What if the product is sold before the payment date? So that means from the sales itself, you are giving money back to the vendor, correct? So with that, if you predict the right demand you will have, you won't be taking out any money from your pocket. You'll be only leveraging the money which is generated from your sales. So reducing the excess stock will help you to generate higher inventory turnover ratio. Second is avoid of the shortages. If you buy lesser in the quantities with the worrying that you don't want to have more excess stock, then what will happen? So when customer come to your store, he won't find any product on your shelf. If the product is not on the shelf, then he will go to your competitor. So you lost the opportunity of the sales. So guys, predicting the demand for a product is utmost important for any business. And that indirectly results into increasing the top line and bottom line of the business. So top line is nothing but the sales and the bottom line is nothing but the margin. Correct? Next use case, this is predominant to the e-commerce. We end up, we buy lot many products on the online, correct? So you go to Amazon, you go to Myntra, you go to Flipkart, you go to a lot of you go to a lot of websites to shop your products. So guys, let me give you insights. For the forward logistic cost is very, very less. The reverse logistic cost is humongous, because while I am doing the forward logistic, I do the area mapping, I do number of people, those who have ordered in that area. So my cost for delivery is very, very optimized. But when somebody cancels the order, I have to go back, take it, and individual people go and collect it. So cost of reverse logistics is extremely high for the business. And that's why this use case is utmost important for business. And I'll give you one fact. Anybody guess what is the cost of packaging? In the reverse logistic, I get 100 rupee cost. My packaging cost is 60 rupees. Only 40 rupees is logistic cost. So creating the package, man force behind it, collecting it, and then shipping it and collecting it back. So if packaging is not done properly, the cost will be higher. So this use case is extremely important for the business to solve. Now, how business will solve this use case? What are the attributes I'll take? I'll be collecting the attributes such as customers who, based on their buying history, who are the customers who order cancel frequently. That is first part. Second, if the customer is new on my platform, I'll do the affinity of customer kind of a model where I'll identify, is this customer similar to that ex-customer who cancels the order frequently? I can go around one thing. I can identify the areas from where I get more maximum amount of cancellations. And last but not least, I'll also do the analysis at the product level to identify whether the product is defective or not. If my pricing is higher than my competitors or not. So based on all these parameters, we create a simple predictive model to identify what is the likelihood of this order is going to get cancelled. So guys, once I identify based on each transaction, based on each customer behavior, I create the probability score. Higher the score, more the chances of this order is going to get cancelled. Now, what can I do? If somebody logs in, there are two ways can be done. First, you delay the packaging. That means when you know, because you cannot directly say a customer that, hey boss, I'm not going to deliver you. Correct? That will result into higher dissatisfaction. And in the current era, if somebody puts the negative note against you, then that goes haywire and you won't meet your sales. Your image will go down. So what planning is done behind by e-commerce company? They delay the delivery date. That is first part. Second, as soon as you identify this customer is not good, you try to show all the products are out of stock. So he don't place the order. Isn't that a good strategy? What do you guys recommend? Correct? So these are the business decisions. You tell business to do that through your analytics as a skill sets. And the business impact, cost of reduction in packaging and the logistics. So reducing the cost is utmost important. So guys, if you look at what is the profit for the business, profit is nothing but sales minus cost. So do you think increasing the sales is so easy? If I ask you, last year, I made, my sales is 100, my cost is 80, so my margin is 20. If I ask you, can you make it 30? What will you do? Because cost is directly proportional to your sales. If you increase your sales, your cost will relationally more, or it is linearly proportional to your sales. So guys, reducing the cost is another way to increasing your bottom line profit. And that's why a lot of e-commerce industries are focusing on this kind of a use case, how they can identify which customers are about to cancel the order. Let's look at the third use case, which is fraudulent transactions. A lot of people, they will be aspiring to work in companies like banks, somebody wants to work financial institutions. So what they want to do. Why this is important, guys? Anybody? Do you think identification of transactions or suspicious behavior is important for the financial institutions? Before I jump to give you the business impact, how will you do that? Correct. So what are the elements you will consider? Frequent debit or credit transactions. If the account has more debit and credit transactions of the higher value, or the account which was never active, but now it started showing a lot of activity. Correct. The dormant account, that means the account which was not at all active, nobody was operating, suddenly it says high value of transactions, debit and the credit, and the humongous amount is accumulated in that. So either people build rule-based engine, so on the fly on the transactions, they identify the rules and they block the transactions, or some of them, they do a lot of predictive models. So guys, rule engine is another different mechanism from predictive model, where you have set of rules written. If this, do this, if do this, similar to case when statement you write in the SQL. So these are the rules you write in order to identify, is this suspicious? Is this fraudulent? So what do? You try to block the account, you try to block the transactions, and indirectly you try to intimate the customers that, okay, hey, something suspicious is about to happen here on your account. So what is the business impact? You prevent financial losses either to customer and increase the net promoter score through increasing your brand value. The fourth use case, guys, this is my favorite because I come from retail background, 15 years of thorough experience, build a lot of this model, customer likely to buy in future. Why it is important, guys? Anybody would like to give it a thought? I'll go one step ahead. I'll connect this problem statement with market basket analysis. Now, how will I do that? So I will basically try to identify all my transactions together, and I try to find the affinity of the products there that bought together. So this helps me not only to increase customer engagement, this also helps me to increase and cross a lot of products. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to look at the items or look at the transactions which has happened frequently by the frequent customers, because those who are buying coming one time is not important for me, because that might be absurd transaction. But as Anil and other people have said, that Sunil and other people have said, the people those are coming again and again, what do they shop? All the items together. So somebody is shopping fish and egg together along with the tea, somebody is buying meat along with the milk, somebody tries to buy all three items together. So guys, we are trying to identify the 98% of people who purchase item A and B, they are high likely to buy item C. So this is basically covered in detail under the part called market basket analysis. And as people have rightly said, the business impact, you cross-sell the products via personalization. You would see, guys, there are a lot of courses running in the market for hyper-personalization. They are training people on how to do digital personalization, how to do SMS personalization, how to do WhatsApp personalization, how to do the Facebook and Google ads. All these can be done with a single use case. So cross-selling of the products via personalization is at most important. And this will increase in customer retention. You are increasing more shopping pattern and higher customer satisfaction. That is the business impact you are going to create through use case. Now, employee likelihood to attract. This is the HR analytics use case. All the industries where the HRs are part of the company, they would like to know who are my employees are likely to attract. So just one graphic for you, 68% of employee leave due to controllable factors. So that means I can easily predict based on my controllable factors what I have, 68% people accurately, those who are going to attract from the organization. And 72% of employees stated that they were unhappy because of retention effort. So my question to all my friends, those who join this discussion, why do you think employee I need this use case? This is very important for business before I give you the solution. Okay. So guys, cost of hiring is more than cost of retention. Please note that. Because why cost of hiring is more? The reason being, the guy who is leaving the system, you are going to replace him by someone. So you will be hiring. So the manager's cost, the interview cost will go into this, their effort will go into that. The people, those who are hiring from industry, definitely you will pay more than what they are earning. Third, if there is no overlap, so your work will be halted or your work will be paused for some time. So you will lose the money if there is no overlap. So it is utmost important for employee likelihood to attrition model to reduce the, by having that, you can start your discussions way upfront. You can think of, if the retention policy doesn't go well, you can try to hire somebody from outside at the faster rate, so that the overlap will be more with the guy who is going out of the organization, so that there is no gap between the handover and there is no gap between the the process. Correct? So how will I do that? So guys, pretty simple, very simple predictive model I'll build. I'll try to gather the feedback of behavioral changes and the manager's feedback. And one simple thing, I'll ask organizations to collect the information such as the guy, those who are increasing the number of printouts. So keep a tab of the guys. Now you would see a lot of companies, they started having the digital printers where you have to log in, where they trace back the IP address of the employees. So they know how many printouts are you taking. So the guys, those who are about to increase their printouts with more summer of salary slips, somebody who prints their resumes, they can you capture in the printout caption. Also, there are a lot of logs that has been captured. Just build a simple predictive model. These three things combined together will give you more than 90% accuracy, guys. Correct? So organizations are becoming very, very smart these days. Correct? And what is the business impact? It is going to create higher employee engagement and overlap for handover. So higher the overlap, it's better. And if I predict somebody, I can create the right strategy for the retention. Guys, these are the use cases I wanted to cover. Now, the most important aspect, if you cover this course, what kind of a roles will be eligible for, what kind of a problem statements we will be solving, which I have not covered as a part of the lot of case studies due to the lack of time. But let me give you the glimpse. You will be up. So you guys, with this course, you will be able to apply for data analytics, business analytics, data scientist role, but you will be also eligible for another roles such as under manufacturing. You'll be covering supply chain analyst, where you'll be trying to solve inventory management problems. You will be solving the vendor selection problems. You'll be trying to optimize your distribution channels and the network management. You will get the role of growth analyst, where you will be focusing on workforce management. You'll be focusing on revenue and the cost management. You will get the role of warranty analyst, where you will take what is the likelihood my product is about to fail, my machine is about to fail, so that preventive maintenance can be done. You can provide the warranties and the sales support, sales after support. Retail guys, you will get role of demand analysis, demand planner, marketing analysis, analyst, price analyst. Under demand analysis, you will be predicting the demand. Your day in, day out will look like only category and SKU management, where you will become the pro in the market for predicting the demand for any types of products. You'll also get the demand planner role, which is same as demand analyst. Then third is marketing analyst, where you will do a lot of customer value management. You will do the promotions. You decide the promotion planning. You do the customer segmentation. You identify what type of product pricing, what shall I the offers shall I give to the customer, so that my cross sell, upsell, my acquisition, retention, all these things are covered. Under price analysis, you will be recommending what shall be the right price for a product. You will be recommending what is the markdown I need to apply so that the working capital is up. Apart from that, banking and finance, you will become service demand analyst, where you predict the demand for different services. You will get the role of fraud analyst, where you will be checking all the transactions happening, and you will be preventing the fraud on the fly of the transactions. You will become credit score analyst, where based on the customer attributes, based on the loans, whether shall I give the customer loans or not, whether that loan will become bad loan or not. So you will be doing a lot of credit scoring based on the customer attributes. IT and ITES, you know, a lot of companies are there. There's a plethora of companies are in IT and IT enables, where you need HR analyst, where you do attrition prevention, you do workforce planning, service and the quality analyst, where you will be doing NPS score predictions, you'll be doing the quality of service benchmarking and improvement. You will also get the data analyst role, where you do a lot of reporting, data pipeline creation, data predictions, demand predictions, and you will be taking care of managing the data. Under telecom, you will get role of CVM analyst, where you will do customer segmentation, churn prevention, upsell, cross-sell, product bundling. So guys, with this much of opportunities are available in the market under different headings, and don't worry, everything will be covered in this course with the different problem statements. I just gave you the glimpse of the problem statements, what you are going to solve. We will try to solve these use cases in detail with data, how to create the data, how to make it, and create the best in the create the best in the industry model with the experience of mine. So that is from mine, guys. I leave last to enroll yourself on the course. The links are below. You could get in touch with KSR. These are the phone numbers for you.